In this video, I'm gonna show you and share with you how I got coffee out of my life, and I'm gonna show you how you can do the same. So before I get into it, if you're here, go ahead, press that like button below this video. Also press that subscribe button and the bell next to it to be notified every time I post a video on menstrual cycle health and fitness. That is fitness videos, videos like this, how-to videos, and ways to tap into your feminine nature so you can honor your cycle more and more each month. If you don't know me yet, my name's Omega Zumpano, and I was addicted to coffee for so much of my life. My parents put coffee in my bottle, y'all. That is a unfair disadvantage that I had. So I became an early on coffee drinker. The first time that I tried to get off coffee when I was 21, I had a chiropractor that did these muscle tests on me. I don't know if you've ever received a muscle test or know what that is, but he did a muscle test on me and he told me that caffeine wasn't good for me and dairy wasn't good for me. So I was like, okay,
I drink coffee every morning. There's no way you're gonna convince me to get off coffee.
So at 21, I started drinking decaf coffee and did that for 10 years, folks. So I started with half cap and then I switched to decaf. And that transition took about 3 months to get from half cap to decaf. I started this process when I was 21 and finally got with it more or less when I was 26, set the intention. And when I was 31, finally got off coffee. So let me fast forward to 31. At this point in my life, I got more into cycle syncing, got more into hormones, and started to really understand how caffeine impacted my hormones, understand it from a logical level. And then from understanding it from a logical level, I could then feel what it did in my body. Even decaf coffee really dehydrated me. It didn't really make me feel good. And I was going maybe there's something to this. And mind you, I was still drinking it with dairy too. And there were times when I was 31 where it really felt good to drink coffee. I would be on this real high, especially if it was caffeinated coffee. And there were other times where it just crashed me. And I think the same is true for all of us, that when we drink caffeine consistently, we notice a crash somewhere in the day. So taking that into account and really understanding, we can understand what it does on a logical level, but if we aren't feeling it and having this real experience with it, then we're not going to really change. So I think the first step is really feeling what happens to your body. Is there anything about my body that doesn't like this? Not only in the moment, I talk about how it dehydrated me, but also later in the day, that 2 o'clock slump that we feel. Caffeine actually increases your cortisol, which decreases your blood sugar. So we have that crash. That's what happens physiologically to all of us, whether you're male-bodied or female-bodied. You have to take inventory of your energy levels. Are you on coffee, like you're on drugs, but are you on coffee because it gives you something that you wouldn't otherwise have? And do you notice this energy deficit later in the day? Or do you notice something that is alchemically off after you consume coffee? Those are all really important questions to ask yourself. And those were important questions for me to process with myself over time. If you're liking this video so far, go ahead and click that like button and let me know. I did decaf coffee for a long time. 10 years I did decaf coffee. And my friends were all like, why don't you actually do the real thing? I'm like,
a chiropractor told me it wasn't good for me, so I'm just not gonna do it.
Okay, that was literally my reasoning. And one day I woke up after this 10-year process to this day where I was like, I actually don't want coffee this morning. I actually didn't want it. And I'm telling you that because if you set the intention and if you carry through with curiosity, self-compassion, and really tuning into your body, then you can also one day come to a place where you question your need for something as precious and delicious as coffee and ask yourself, do I need that? And then come to the conclusion that no, you actually don't. That is possible for you. I also enjoy coffee from time to time. And I really can't remember the last time I made myself a caffeinated cup of coffee, but I did make myself a decaf cup of coffee this weekend. And it was delicious and I enjoyed it to its fullest extent. Yet I'm not tied. I'm not like physiologically hardwired to then make myself a cup of coffee the next day and the next day and the next day. And so I would love for you to get that to that place of freedom where you're not physiologically tied, don't have this cravings, don't have this addiction to this experience of coffee. Remember to inquire. How is this feeling right now? Like, is it dehydrating you? How does this feel in my body later in the day? Are you getting an energy deficit? And am I actually reliant on this? And does something in my life need to change? And if you want to create a body that works for you and a body that serves you and hormones that function properly, make sure to click on the link in the description box below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with your friends. And if you want a more scientific approach to why caffeine is not so good for your hormones, check out this video next. I'll see you there. Bye.